Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in yesterday's Cardano video, we talked about the fact that Cardano needed to find this daily close within or above our key support zone between $1.90 and $2. Well, as we can see, the price came up directly and closed right above our key support zone. I mean, it looked phenomenal. Of course, we did see these wicks. We saw these drops towards $1.85, but we were able to maintain and hold within our key support zone. Now, I told you guys, if we were to lose our key support zone, we only really have a few more support areas, one being the 200-day EMA, which is already starting to close in as well. That if we were to lose our key support zone, the risk of us starting to see a fall back towards $1.50, $1.40 becomes much higher, and that is why we wanted to hold that $1.90 area. Now, going forward, now that we have seen it hold on the daily candle, the whole idea is we want to see every single daily candle above it, okay? We don't want to get any daily closes below it, because if that is the case, we have this 200-day EMA to save us, and if that doesn't, well, likelihood is we're looking at more of a continuous drop to the downside, okay? And so with that being said, I don't think that is going to happen. Of course, I believe there are just so many people with ADA staked, and I think that ADA's community is so strong that a substantial fall is very hard at this point. As we saw back here, you know, ADA kept coming back down to $1, but it was never really able to go below it because of that same reason. And I think we're going to see that same effect here, but it is something we need to pay attention to. Now, I'm actually going to be going out of town for the next 3 days, and I won't be able to bring my computer with me. So I wanted to give you guys the 3 steps to recovery that we need to watch out for in order to confirm that ADA is on its way back to the quote-unquote moon, okay? And so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Now, if the rest of the market does start to recover, as I expect that it will, we need to be on the lookout for 3 main steps. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you those 3 steps now. So step number one is going to, of course, be the clearing of our daily EMAs. That is going to be the most major aspect that I'm looking out for, especially due to what we saw over the last few weeks. Now, the reason I say that is you can see the level of resistance and support in which they have provided. We saw that all the way from September 21st for over a month, we saw that this 100 EMA was providing us with support, while the 20 and 50 EMAs were providing us with some resistance. And so with that being said, we absolutely need to see that those levels in which we were unable to clear while we were within our consolidational event, that we are able to clear them now. If we're able to do that, I think that is a fantastic sign that we are making upward progress, and that would be confirmation number 1 for me to go ahead and say that, okay, ADA is working its way back up. This may be a good buying opportunity. Now, confirmation number 2, and these aren't in a specific order. They can happen at the same time. They can happen within the same candle, within the same day, but they are just things to watch out for, okay? So confirmation number 2 is going to be the clearing of our short-term 0.786 level. So let me explain what that is. So what we're going to be on the lookout for is how do we recover to our retracement levels off of this big fall that we see. So we're going to go down to the hourly chart. So we're going to break this thing down a little bit. Let's turn all of this off. So what we can see is that we put in our high right before we started to see that big drop. We put in a high here on October 26th, okay? So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're then going to draw a Fibonacci from that high that we put in right here down to the low that was put in way down here, okay? What we're going to be on the lookout for is how do we clear our retracement zone? As many of us do know, once we are able to clear this box, the 0.618 to the 0.618 to 0.786 area, once we are able to do that, that is typically going to be our entrance into a continuation of the bull market or the retracement to the previous high, okay? And so what that means for us is that if we're able to clear this zone, which is sitting right around $2.11 to, let's get it a perfect number, at $2.05. If we're able to clear that zone, there is a very high likelihood of us working our way back up, coming back down possibly to find some support, but clearing this previous high, setting a new local high, and working back into an uptrend, okay? There's a very high likelihood if we're able to do that. So be on the lookout if we can go up and hold above the $2.11 area. That gives us that clearing of the 0.786, which would then be the door for us to walk walkthrough to go set a new local high again. Okay, so be on a very high alert for that, because that is going to be one of the biggest indicators. And now the last thing that I am looking for is going to be the interaction with this previous symmetrical triangle. So one thing that we can see is that ADA was consolidating within this triangle for a very long time, right? I mean, we were in this thing for nearly a month and a half, and we saw all of these bounces. We respected the trend line on the top side, we respected the trend line on the bottom side, and we never ever really saw a good breakout until we finally saw that bottom side breakout. And so with that being said, this is obviously going to provide us with a massive amount of resistance. We saw such a strong level of support here and a strong level of resistance here, which goes to show that both of them are going to be strong resistance now that we're below them. So what we need to be on the lookout for is that if ADA's price works its way back up, look for us to first and foremost clear this bottom side support now established as resistance, and then we must clear this secondary level of resistance, which is going to be the downward sloping trend line from the top of the triangle. Those intersect around the 11th of November. Of course, I will be home by then, but if the price does do something like this, over the next day or two, and we work our way back in, be looking to see that we can clear both of them. Now, this one, I think it would clear somewhere around $2.15 to $2.20. So that is going to be like that final confirmation, like, okay, this thing is serious. We saw a breakout to the downside of this, pretty bearish pattern here. We met our technical target, which is the bottom of the triangle, which is going to be right here. We came down, we met our target, continued down a little bit further, and now we need to start looking to set some higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so over the weekend, if we start to see the market recover, be on the lookout to see if we are able to clear. Remember, first and foremost, we need to get right back above that 0.786. We need to get back above our daily EMAs, as we can see right here. We need to get back above these daily EMAs, especially the 100 EMA, and then we need to clear the trend lines and the support and resistance that was established by this symmetrical triangle. If we are able to accomplish those three steps, do be aware that that is the confirmation you're looking for, that ADA is very likely going back up towards 250, towards $3, okay? And so with that being said, I will keep you guys as up to date as possible. You guys will be very safe this weekend. I know the Halloween weekends get a little bit crazy sometimes, so I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Get a whole bunch of candy, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you all as soon as I do get back. Do expect a video from me on Saturday or Sunday, but you can make sure you don't miss it by just hitting that notification bell when you do subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, I hope you guys again have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Peace.